What's up, YouTube friends? It's finally getting a little bit warmer here in Nebraska, and I have some chicken and noodles in the crock pot. I have a recipe here on YouTube for my creamy chicken and noodles. And today for dessert, I'm going to make some chocolate chip cookies. Dexter's playing with his ball. Little cutie. So you're only going to need just a few ingredients. I'll have the recipe down below. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and cream together my butter and my sugars. I'm just going to throw them in my stand mixer today. You could also just use a hand mixer if you wanted to. So I just beat my butter for about 30 seconds. Next I'm going to add a half a cup of packed brown light sugar. A half a cup of white sugar, and then I'm going to add a half a cup of creamy peanut butter. You can use chunky if you wanted to. And then I'm just going to beat this up until it's nice and smooth. When it's nice and creamed together, I'm going to add 1 egg. And a half a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm just going to do like a capful. And I'm going to mix that together. In the meantime, I have 1 1/4 cup of flour. To that, I'm going to add 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. And a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm just going to give these a little whisk. So then I'm just going to incorporate my dry into my wet, about half at a time, until my dough comes together. So now I'm just going to roll these into 1-inch balls. I have this little cookie scoop. It might be a little too big, but we'll see. They're a little big, but it's okay. Then I'm just going to roll it in some granulated sugar here in this plate and stick it on my pan. And I just like to do a few at a time. Now I'm just going to come back around with a fork and make a cross hatch pattern. Now these are just classic cookies. I remember my grandmother's making these. I remember Mother making these when we were little. These are just a nice old-timey nostalgic peanut butter cookie. So now I'm just going to put these in a preheated 375-degree oven for about 10 minutes. When it comes out, I'm just going to let them rest on the pan for about a minute and then just remove them to cool. So after 10 minutes, I let them sit on the pan for 1 minute. And now I'm just going to transfer them to a piece of wax paper. These are probably one of my favorite cookies. I usually tend to go toward the peanut butter one instead of chocolate chip or anything like that. Alright, so I got about 24 to 28 cookies out of that batch. So I'm just going to let these cool down. I'm going to snuggle up on this cold day in Nebraska with a big glass of chocolate milk and about 4 to 6 of these cookies. I hope you give this video a try, and I'll see you next time.